It's all about that crunk, funk, Chromacon variant. What's up? Yes, up. What's up? What's up? Number 9 here, funk from the front seat. First of all, we coming in hot. I want to give a big shout out last night to P-Funk Radio. You know, thousands and thousands of listeners worldwide checking out the funk. JTRP, Keith Jackson, every Friday night. And you guys showed up and showed out for us last night, man, and I appreciate all the love we got. So to bring something in, I'm dedicated to my guy Kev. And forgive me, I'm a little shook up this week. Had a lot of stuff going on, but this song right here coming in, bringing it in hot. Boom! Welcome to Funk from the Front Seat, 9 on the Grind TV.
What do you call?
A little gap band today. Oh no, I didn't find. Look it up. We're going to start with New York City, Long Island, Bayshore, Queens, Brooklyn. Jeff Rob. And Natty. Shout out to my guy, Jeff Roberson. I love you, bro. Staten Island, the Charlotte. Wu-Tang, Detroit. Clap your hands, Minneapolis. Chicago. What's up, boo? I love you. Stay on it. Ohio, what's up, Brenda? What's up, Lucy? Thanks for your support, Maddie. DJ Monica, Club Worker teams all around the world. Our guest today, Linda Shider. We're going to be diving into that fentanyl bullshit. The homeless video. Our producer today, Mr. Marley. Don't be active on the chat line. Don't forget, Full Funk 5 every Thursday night. My guy, Georgia from the video. Georgia, what's up, Q? I know you down there making that cheddar. Hit me up. North and South Carolina. Virginia, what's up, Dad? I love you. I see you soon. Coming to visit, all right? New Orleans. Samoans doing a Humpty Hump. Tokyo, I'm gonna say yo. Everybody around the world, Elizabeth in Ireland, Popolino in Italy, Social in Germany, I love you. Clap your hands, Dubai. Clap your hands, Africa. The whole continent. Woo! Listen, I got you, George. Everybody, get into some of this smoke from the front seat. I'm the one. She's the one. Don't forget about the Gap Band, yo. They laid too quick. Italy, I got you. I guess today Linda Shider in the house. We're going to be chopping it up. Shout out to everybody who supports the show and everybody who supports the original music show. Shout out to my guys, Dayton, Ohio. David Webb, thank you, man, for putting us in. We're gonna talk about that later soon too. Funk Chronicles radio show every Sunday, 9 on the Grind TV at 3 p.m. I know y'all feeling it now, right? Shout out to Dr. Brookenstein. I love all you guys around the world, man. You guys are amazing. Keep the funk alive, and remember, funk, that's right. Put the guns down. Unite. I think one of our club up here, Master Cheryl, maybe jumping in later too. Oh yeah. Puerto Rico, Colombia, Dominican Republic. Oh yeah. Mexico, Egypt, Iraq, Iran. We all on the war. We are all war. Welcome to another episode of Funk from the Front Seat. Please join us. Sit back, relax. Please keep those comments coming in. I'm sure you're going to want to get in on this subject matter today. We're going to be talking about this fentanyl overdose, a particular case I happen to pull up in the news, and we're going to talk about that. And also, too, about the homeless situation in the United States, which a lot of us are, tuned into and locked into, and how we're going to have to navigate this on our own and all that good stuff. Our producer today, Mr. Mark Lee, as always. And if you have a birthday, anniversary, or somebody in your family or your tribe transitioned out, please know that we care. Please know that you can hit us up anytime. And if you notice, I have the suicide hotline running on the bottom. And it's very personal because, you never know what a person's going through. So let's be wary that there is help out there and that you can reach out if somebody, is not really feeling like they should. Mental health is a big, big thing that we tend to neglect. And we tend to gloss over, and we tend to think, oh, it's going to be all right. And you see somebody big and strong and healthy, and they're walking around and they're working their job and they're doing all the things that they do, but you never know what's going on inside of a person. So it's always good to check in with people, man. If you love somebody, hey, it takes 30 seconds to check in and tell somebody you love them. That's all. Sometimes that 30 seconds or that 45 seconds or that minute conversation you pick up the phone and have with somebody, or that 2-minute, text back and forth thing, or that video chat, sometimes that's the very thing that helps them get through that one day. So just keep that in mind, because everybody out there is feeling something somehow, some way. They got it squeezed in tighter than Dick's hat band, as my father used to say. So, we want to keep these things in mind, because today's show, Linda is my funk sister, of course, the wife and matriarch of the great Shider family, and Gary Shider, Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, damn, so she's been there, done that, been on the stage with the P, got her own thing. I know she's working on a comic book and everything, but, Linda and I talk periodically about the state of the world and how, we can make a difference and make a change. And that's why we want to have these roundtables sometimes, because they're very, very important. Of course, we talk about the funk, and we're going to get into the Funketeers Ball next Saturday. If I don't see 100 or 100 and 200 more people sign up for this ball, I'm going to be kind of upset with y'all, because y'all know this thing is coming once a year. George Darden, Tony Cam, Julie Rigby, they work really, really hard, try to get the word out. This year, they got a great lineup. Enema Squad is headlining. My guy Gabe, shout out. I know they're going to turn it out. My big brother Mike Hampton, he's going to be there, of course. The Mother Funkaholics going to be there, of course. I think Shirley Clinton, I don't know, I saw something. Keith mentioned her last night. Of course, Keith Jackson, member of the Chopper City Alliance. So we're doing this always in memory of Honey B. Keep it moving, B, I got you. So, there's a lot that goes into this. And the Sonia Murphys of the world, and all the people, Georgia Funkovici and Papel, and all these people that come down from different places and different parts, David Brooks, and different parts of the country, and Jason Ryder, he got, if I fall, my guy is there to catch me. All these people that we meet and we hang out with and we socialize with, Larry Funkster Jones, and I think Funko Joe might even be coming through. All these, Donna Sneed, all these people. They're our tribe. They're our funk community. We need to keep our tribe together. we in my opinion, this again, these opinions are just the opinions of Funk from the Front Seat. In my opinion, we do not need to be divisive amongst each other when it comes to this funk music. There's enough funk music to go around. Trust me, there's plenty for everybody. We just have to have a better strategy about how to help ourselves and get everybody involved. But there is a way to do it. As you know, I'm a Club Funkity Ambassador Vice President. I'm very proud of that, and I carry that honor very highly, and it's important to me. And I'm just trying to be the ambassador and work with everybody and bring everybody together, man, because that's my job. I don't want anybody to be hating on anybody else because they can't do this or they see this or they see that. And you believe me, God got you right where He wants you. So just keep plugging away, keep chiming away. Without further ado, I see Linda has beamed in. She had to, first of all, catch a shuttle bus from Saturn to Mercury. And then I know that got held up. So then she jumped from Mercury and doubled back to Jupiter and then took the express mothership here to get here. And I just seen her beam in. I seen on the side Jupiter's Express, beaming system. So we're going to beam in our good funk sister Linda Shider to the show. Hello, my dear. I can't hear you. Yeah, I think you might. Oh, you're muted on my side, but
am I good now?
You are so good now. How you doing, dear? You looking good? Look at you out there. It's not raining there? Yo, that's crazy.
Okay.
You good? How are you?
I'm outside and I'm in the sun, so I can't really see my controls.
Yeah, I see it. Right now, it's
Yes,
kind of
I'm out in the
frozen up. I see your face.
sunshine.
I see your face and I hear you, but it's frozen. Oh, there you go. How are you?
Okay. I'm good. I'm good. Can't complain. And yourself, my brother?
Hey, we hanging in there. We do what we got to do
Did you lose
sometimes
me?
to do what we got to do. Shout out to everybody on the chat line. Curtis, what's up? You wrote the number down. I don't know what that means. I guess you talked to somebody else in the chat. Curtis, George, the Funkavinci. Y'all welcome to the chat line. Welcome our guest, Linda Shider. I know we got some people chiming in later that'll be on. But Linda, first of all, I wanted to say thank you. And we appreciate everything that you do and have done for the funk and continue to do, as well as your legacy, which we all going to try to help keep carrying on, and try to keep that working. But where are you at that it's not raining? You in Colorado?
No, I'm in Ohio, Columbus,
Ohio,
which is
okay,
my hometown.
Okay.
I just moved back here a few months ago.
Okay. Well, that's dope. Well, Ohio will be in a better, higher spirit because you're there. I like that. OHIO. I always shout out Brendan, Boosie, and Patty. They're from Ohio. So
yeah, they're about 100 miles away from me.
Okay.
It's not too far.
Right. That's what's up. Let me do something really quick. So I pulled up some stats like I told you the other night that we were chatting. Okay. Right. Okay. And I wanted to dive into a story I saw that disturbed me a lot. And it was the story in New York City where they found the fentanyl in a trap door underneath the daycare mat. Yeah, I pulled it up. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. There's so much going on in the country, but we definitely want to talk about that because to me, I thought that I was like, damn, how do we get so low to where people are constantly, dealing with these drugs that they know are going to kill them, and there's so much money to be made that they just don't really care about what they do. And the story caught me in such a way, and you and I were going to talk about it anyway, that I was like, man, we got to dive into this particular one. But tell me your thoughts.
Well, one thing right off the top of my head, Zach, that sounds like a scene out of Power, where the wife of the guy, I can't remember Ghost's wife, was like selling drugs out of the daycare center, having some of the mothers come in and take out drugs to distribute. And it kind of reminds me that maybe that's where they got the idea from,
Right, right, right.
Kind of
Yeah,
weird that's the first thing that came to my mind because I saw that in a TV series.
yeah,
Almost the
yeah,
exact scenario. And
yeah.
I lost a child to fentanyl about 3 months ago. My
I
grandson,
know,
my
I know, and
youngest
I
son,
didn't know if you
Marshall.
wanted to share that or not with our audience,
Yeah, but
but
that struck home really hard. Okay, it was very difficult because he had just turned 17, and he was doing Percocets laced with fentanyl. And just one morning, his mom went to wake him up, and he was gone. That just like that.
yeah,
Fentanyl is such a crazy drug, and as a drug dealer, it doesn't make sense that you're going to sell somebody something that you know is going to kill them, because you want to have a return clientele. You want to build up your clientele with having them come back. But if somebody's selling fentanyl and knowing it's going to kill somebody, it doesn't make any sense to me. I just can't wrap my head around that.
yeah. And thank you for sharing your personal tragedy. And I know it's painful. I don't get how we talk about all this stuff in this country that we can't do, but that's one thing that we can do. I believe. I believe, like you just said, even drug dealers got to know, like you said, their object is to get people coming back, right?
Hmm.
So why it for the life of me are they not acknowledging the fact that whatever they're cutting this stuff with, because down here in North Carolina, it's an epidemic, right? New York City, it's an epidemic.
I think
Where
it's
you
all
are,
across
it's
the
an
country,
epidemic. Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. It just, I don't understand why we need to not focus on this. Okay, we can't do anything about the guns. All right, we've acknowledged that. Okay, but can we at least do something about the kids with the fentanyl?
Hmm.
Um, and we're going to get Mark in a little bit later too. I pray that Biden and Trump and whoever else politicians get together and be non-partisan on this particular one. That's all I ask. Like they can go their separate ways and fight each other, but please, politicians in every state, every county, you have got to recognize if you kill off the youth, there ain't gonna be nothing left.
There's nothing left. Exactly, exactly. They kind of
Nothing.
kind of like zeroed in on the opioids with the what's the I can't think of the name offhand. Oxycodone.
Oh,
They
oxycontin,
they
oxycodone.
got
Yes,
really
yes, yes,
serious about that one, but that
yes,
just seemed like to go away real fast too. You know,
yes, yes,
once an
yes.
election comes over, it seemed like all the priorities change.
Yeah, yeah. And watch, you're right. Because as soon as it gets close, somewhere in there, they're gonna be talking about, oh, we gotta do something about the drug epidemic,
And the
this and that.
guns,
Yep,
and the
yep.
guns, but nothing ever happens.
Nothing never happens, man. I was talking to Mark the other day, and Mark, he'll tell you, man. I said, man, I don't even know if I want to vote anymore. I'm at that point now. I should vote. I got to be a leader and set a good example, right? But I'm like, well, damn, you know, I don't I don't know. Where do you see our liberal and I hate counter this cancel culture bullshit. And I think the liberals have gone way too far left, but that's my personal opinion. But where do you see our next leader coming out of the Democratic Party? And I'm a admitted Democrat liberal, independent slash, but where do you see us going for help to get the next president at least in line to be elected?
Geez, first of all, you have to pick a candidate that's worthy, and I don't
Right.
see too many of them. I mean, considering how their track record over the like last 10 years, they have not done much of anything except make sure that they got paid from
Yeah.
every source possible. They come just before election. Everybody talks about all the things that we know are wrong in this country, but once they get into power, they don't seem to care anything about anything else but the power. That
Yeah.
becomes their priority. Oh, I got to stay in office so I can keep getting this money and being able to be demanding and pull my chest out and stuff, that kind of stuff. And it just seems that we don't get any kind of representation that's worthwhile.
Yeah. And Mark is definitely a political junkie down here in North Carolina. He's plugged into the scene, and I'm gonna bring him in early on this show. He's working right now, but he has a lot of great ideas and great um, things to say that actually would help the system. But again, we need politicians to understand that they need to work for us for a
For
change.
us. Mm-hmm. For a
That's why we
change.
elect them. And see, to me, and I tell people this all the time, I liked it better when the mob ran the country, because at least the mob made sure there were no AK-47s shooting up movie theaters. Mom and pop could leave their pocketbook on the thing and not have it, robbed. You could walk through the neighborhood as a woman and not be worried about being harassed. Of course you had your pockets of crime, but the mob made sure we had health care, we had unions, which ran the country, which was much better. The government played the long game and said, hey, oh, the mob got something working. Let's let them set it all up and then get
we'll come and
Giuliani
take it away.
Put him in jail. Yo, dude, that's what they did, bro. I'm telling you, Linda.
Have 20 people in line with handcuffs on, like when they could do a sweep and they got all the mafia bosses like handcuffed, like a chain gang.
Yep. And see, the thing was, when they ran the country and the streets, we didn't have to worry about our kids getting shot up at the mall. Because there was a certain control. Yes, there was crime, and the poor neighborhoods always suffer, but I still felt a little bit better than I do now, because the government mob that took over, these people are ruthless.
Yes, they are.
They are ruthless.
Yes,
man.
they are.
When we look at what's happening now with the country, it seems like we're at a precipice. We could come together. I've talked to so many people of nationalities and races. We can definitely come together. You're right, George. It's a part of population control. You're absolutely right. You're getting a lot of comments, Linda, coming. I'm just trying to put them on the screen. George DeFunkovici shouting out at you, and
hey.
And also he offered his condolences to your family.
Thank you.
So
thank you. Yeah, that was hard. That was tough because he was so young.
Yeah.
And such a cool kid. I mean, he was like one of my very special to me. So that hurt me deeply.
Yeah. And see, you're on top of it. You're a matriarch, and it just goes to show, if you're a parent out there, don't ever think that your kids aren't into something.
Yes.
Don't believe that.
Yep.
Because it's there in the schools, with their peers, in
junior
the clubs,
high,
the
grade
park.
school.
Yeah, the people that hang out with. So be very aware. I'm constantly talking to, my kids' moms about staying on top of, hey, check this out. This is what I see next. Here's the newest drug, here's everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly trying to make sure that the information is out there. So with this, I'm going to show you something, and let me see if I can pull this up real fast. We're hanging out with Linda Shider today. Okay, here it is. Right now, we're gonna check this out a little bit. Hold on one second, Linda. Let me get George's comment off the screen so we can see you fully. Yeah, just give me a second. I'm doing double production today, so just bear with me. Thank you, Mark. Here's a picture of it. For those of you that are watching, okay. Trapdoor found in Bronx daycare where child died from fentanyl. Police. The NYPD said they discovered a trapdoor filled with drugs under the play area in the daycare where a toddler died, and 3 others were hospitalized after they were exposed to it. Now, how in the world do we justify this? And this is just one of many thousands of situations. And then we turn around and say we have no money to fight this. But yet we're sending billions of dollars to fight wars. But here at home, we're dealing with this, y'all. Take a look at this. This is under a daycare mat in New York City, one of the biggest cities in the world. Under the daycare mat, where your child could be sleeping, where you paid money to send your child to that daycare so you could go to work. And then you get a call in the middle of the day, your child died.
And daycare is definitely not cheap. So, I mean, you're not really getting any respect paying that kind of money. And this is what you have to deal with. That's insane.
See, and this is why I don't buy our country not having money and bullshit and all of that. Because we have enough money in this country to send and fight wars, billions of dollars all over the place. But yet we don't have the resources and to give the city and the police. It's about money.
Always.
Fentanyl is the new cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to make. From what I understand, you can do it at home, or I don't know how they do it in the lab or where it comes from, but please, if you out there, man, go to your daycare, go to where your child is,
Just
go to
pop
where,
in.
yeah, and really be thorough about where you leave your kids. You have to be thorough. You can't trust your kids just anywhere. I was so paranoid when my daughters was growing up, man. I never left them anywhere. Never. Not even with my own family. Because I just wanted to make sure they got to the point where, they could be on their own and then be healthy. You know what I mean? I'm going to read, let's put up George's comment real fast. Hold on. Let me put it up. We didn't come up with fentanyl, so it was injected into our neighborhoods by someone. That's right. That's right, George.
Pharmaceutical companies.
That's right. By someone. And see, that's the thing. When we know we don't have the ability to bring this shit into our neighborhoods. So, like George just said, how did it get there? You know what I mean?
Pharmaceutical companies, just like Oxycontin, or however you say it, the same thing. They came up with it. They use it in hospitals. They use fentanyl in hospitals.
Yeah.
I had a procedure a couple of weeks ago, and they used it on me. But like I said, that's because they know what they're dealing with and how to, maintain it and give you a correct level so it doesn't kill you. But when it's out in the street, you're taking your chance. You don't know what you're getting.
That's right. I personally am flabbergasted that this isn't a bigger story. I just can't see how this isn't a bigger story, because this is happening all over the world. And
but especially in the U.S., because we're very popular with drugs. Cocaine at first, marijuana, till that became legal. But like I said, we know they know that we're a marketplace for that kind of stuff. So
why do you think that is? That poor
and Canada and every place else, because they know we're some people in this country are going to use it.
Why do you think it hits? Why do you think it hits our neighborhood the hardest? Why do you think Black people or minorities are so have such addictive personalities?
Because our lifestyle generally is so negative that we need to look for an escape mechanism. If it's not alcohol, it's drugs or violence. There's a lot of angry young people out here too, and they're trying to find some kind of way to compensate for how they're feeling and how they're being treated, and so the drug market is there. That's my opinion, anyway.
Yeah. I try to wrap my mind around it and think about it from all angles. Because I'm no angel. I did my drugs. I know what that's like out there in the street. I've been homeless before. So I know that there's an element of that depression thing, that self-medication thing that adds onto this, where people feel downtrodden. They feel like they have no hope. One of the things I like to do on the show, and bring people on like you and our audience that's watching, man, is, like, we want to offer hope. Hello to the beautiful Linda Shider. David Brooks chiming in. One of your biggest.
Hey, David. I know you.
Dr. Brookenstein, man. Oh, you going to the ball next week, Linda? You coming through?
Yeah, I'm coming in. I'm coming in that morning. I'm going to do some comic book signing at Tony's little thing before the ball.
I thought so.
And then I'll be at the ball, too.
I thought so. Yeah, that's great. Yo, I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy.
The comic book came out, I'm so proud of it.
Good.
And I think as a memorial for Gary, something, memento, P-Funk memento, it's a perfect thing, Yeah.
Is it listed anywhere right now?
No, I was selling it on Facebook, and then I sold about half of them that I have that way, and I'm hopefully I can sell the rest at the ball.
Okay, Mark, you still there? Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can have Mark pull that up, because I couldn't find it. I didn't know where it was, because I would have pulled it up. But
it's on my Facebook page. I said, I told people how to pay for it, Cash App me or PayPal me, and I sold quite a few of them like that. Then
Okay,
it
that's
kind of
what's up.
fell
Good for
off.
you. So tell us a little bit about that comic. Let's shift gears a little bit. Tell us a little bit about what inspired you to do that comic book.
For me, it was watching Gary on that wire flying up in the air all those years when he did that and having my heart in my breath. I felt like he was a superhero because nobody else had the courage to do it, and he did it every night for
Yeah,
months.
yeah.
And I felt like he deserved that kind of recognition. That
Yo,
was my idea.
yeah, believe me, that's amazing. Because the first time I seen him do that, I was like, okay, they at the pinnacle. They on
Yeah.
top,
Yeah.
Because to see first of all, Funkadelic, Gary Shider, Boogie, all the girls that were there, from the get-go, they were our black superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
See, as a black kid,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have superheroes.
Of course
We couldn't
not.
touch them. And when Funkadelic and all those people came along and the whole mothership thing, we had heroes in our neighborhood. We didn't have Led Zeppelin and Chicago on my wall. Although I did. I had everybody. But we had Funkadelic, Sly, Hendrix. They were our heroes, And when Gary the bop gun flashlight and all that shit, flying too with the boots and the wings, I was like, yo, I want to do that.
Well, let me tell you, they took me up on that thing one time so I could see what it was like. And you can't imagine, especially like in those big coliseums or stadiums, the people look like ants.
Wow.
That's how high up he was. And I was like, okay, bring me down. I got it. Okay. It scared me to death. So for him to do that every night for all those months, it just like, I was like, hey, I thought he deserved that kind of recognition.
Yeah, good for you. And we're gonna try to pull that up. As soon as I get Mark back in, we're gonna pull that up. I think that for you guys that want to buy the book, you go on Linda's Facebook page and all information is right there. Linda Shider /Facebook, and you can get it right
just
there.
Go scroll down a little bit and you should see all the information I posted when I decided to put it out there.
Okay, that's what's up. We're gonna get that up too, get that on the banner and everything. But the first time I realized that that Funkadelic had that kind of clout, I was like, well, if they made it and you guys did it, I can do it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. As a little black kid sitting in the audience at 15 years old, and I'm like, wow, black people are doing the same thing the white people are doing.
And I've had so many people come up to me and tell me that same story, that they saw P-Funk as a kid and it gave them, if they can do it, so can I. Gave them that kind of, I guess, courage to go out there and go for it. And they did. Yeah. There's a lot of people that kind of owe their careers to Gary and them. They'll just give you those kind of stories. You get them all the time.
I could honestly tell you, every funk band I ever met owes a debt of gratitude to the P. No matter who they are, white, black, whatever, they can lie and say they didn't hear this or hear that. Somewhere along the line, they listened to some P, know. And those of us that wanted to dig deeper into it, we were honored that, Gary Shiders and the Boogie Munsons of the world, were there. Can you move your camera? I only seen half. I missed half of it. There you go.
Okay.
We were in awe of that because, the amount of the technical aspect of a P-Funk show was much more than people realize.
Yes, and very expensive too.
Yes, it wasn't
like
just
the mothership was designed by George Lucas, and his reputation in Hollywood.
Yeah. Yes, of course. See, that's another whole story that is now coming out about the motherships, and were there two, were there one?
There's two.
There were two. So they used to move them.
No,
right?
There was a little one and a big one.
Okay.
And the little one used to go through like the stadiums, and the big one would sit on stage.
Right. Wow, the amount of people to move all of that stuff and set it up every night.
Quite a crew. And they were expensive.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Those white boys were not cheap.
I know. I used to hang out with Kenny Wallace and them, and the Wallace brothers, and that's how I used to get in backstage with Funkadelic and see what was going on. So yeah, man. I'm gonna run so how people can actually get your comic book. We're gonna put this up. It's on the bottom of the screen, Linda Shider. Just go to /Facebook and you can check out that wonderful comic book, man. And I'm so happy you're gonna be at the ball. You're a necessary part of this whole thing. Trust me when I tell you. We do love you, man, and I got to see what George says. We do love you, man. He said, watching Gary flying over the crowd, I was like, ooh, snap. He can fly. That's what we all said, bro. We was like, oh, man, they on the mothership. Now they're invading, too. They're coming out of the ship invading us. You know what I'm saying? So those times, I tell people that never saw that, they missed a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Like, I seen the mothership land at least 5 or 6 times, and I seen that, So I gobbled. I went to Philly. I went to Jersey. I was up in New York. I was going, My dad's like, where you going this weekend? Philly. They landed, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to Baltimore. They landed in the Capitol Center, you know what I mean? As far as my train money would take me. But yeah, see, and that circles us back to now because all of these good times we're laughing and talking about, sharing with our audience, and thank you guys for tuning in. It's very important that oh, go ahead, Mark. Yeah, no, you on point, bro. You got that comic book? Did you pull it up for me? Whenever you can pull it up, that's cool. We'll run it in then. I think I sent you the private chat. Somebody said, oh, I gotta see this comment. Yeah. P, the proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. That's a tongue twister. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. I like that. That's like, thank you, Dr. Brooks. George said he's buying a comic book, so that's cool. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's why I love you, Mark. You the man. So y'all check this out. Look at that. That's dope. Who designed the cover? Oh, we lost your volume. We lost you. Hold on. Mark, did she mute herself? Hold on. You muted. You muted. Yeah, it is tight, George. Wow, we're hanging out with Linda Shider. But anyway, this comic book, Diaper Man, and she's going to be at the Funketeers Ball, which is at the Bethesda Blues and Jazz Supper Club, whatever they're calling it now, in Bethesda, Maryland. She's going to be hanging out there. I think she's moving to another location. That's why she muted it. But while she's, getting set back up, she's going to be at the Funketeers Ball signing this comic book on that Saturday afternoon when we're having all the events and everything. And, we'll be rolling through. I'm going to try to get an exclusive little, 5-minute thing with Gabe Gonzalez, for Funk from the Front Seat. And I urge everybody, man, as these balls grow and grow, you never know when it's going to be the last one. So, it's the Bethesda Theater. Thank you, Dr. Brookenstein. Yeah, it's called the Bethesda Theater now. They changed the name a little bit. So that's cool. Yeah, thank you, Dr. B. It's called the Bethesda Theater. But anyway, her comic book, Diaper Man, she'll be there signing it. And I think it's mad cool that we can put our superheroes, like, Curtis Sins and everything else. We can put our superheroes, and I have it right here, stuff that Curtis has done, stuff that George has done, the story of Parliament's Motor Booty Affair. So everything that everybody sends me, you guys that send me stuff, don't think that I don't keep it. I keep every single thing that you guys send me. Here's another one that my guy Curtis did for them. You know what I'm saying? Benevolent Funk presents Next Exit. So all the things that you guys send to me, I treasure them and I keep them. And I always want to support you guys because, that's what we're supposed to be doing down here. We're supposed to be supporting each other when it comes to this funk, whether it's art, whether it's music, whether it's spoken words, whatever it is. So while we're scrambling, trying to get Linda Shider in, I just want to tell you the first time I saw, Curtis is the bomb. Hold, let me put that up. He is the bomb, man. Thank you, Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis
you are the bomb.
Yes, he is.
Curtis. Oh, hold on one second, Linda. I hear you, but I don't see you.
Okay.
So we're gonna double back and let you talk about this here. The flag of 9 is coming. You damn right, flag on the funk. Damn it, that's got to get me a Grammy nomination. So y'all start voting now, because I'm like Satchel Paige in this thing. You know what I'm saying? So I worked hard on that song, Flag on the Funk. So y'all hook that up and give me thumbs up and likes. I got so much love in 2 days for that song, man. So the 3 that we got out down here, Promo, United We Stand, Funkin' of the Egg, and this newest one, Flag on the Funk, man. We're going to put that on a little compilation thing for you. But you guys have been amazing supporting our stuff since we rebooted. So thank you, Dr. Brooke. Said I got your vote. That's what's up. But Linda, we lost your face.
Yeah, I see. All I see is the comic book in front of me, and you
got to turn on your camera on your computer.
I thought it was on already.
It was on, but then I think something happened when it got muted. But we'll wait. We're not in a hurry. We're hanging out. This is the show. This is what we do. We're organic. Let me get back to this. First of all, okay, Curtis is the bomb. That's right. And I wanted to put his thank you up there. So Curtis, call me, bro, so we can get you back up on, man. Come on. We got work to do. We got to talk about some stuff, Dr. Stephen Greer. So let me see. I got your vote, Dr. B. Thank you. Appreciate it. So Linda, she's going again. Mark, what's going on? You sitting back there, bro. What? You left me on the island? That's okay. While we waiting for Linda to come back, everybody stay right there, and we're gonna run a few spots, just to let people know, the people that support us or whatever. And I always like to start with my man Keith Jackson, because he was one of the biggest supporters when I first started doing this, and I appreciate Keith so much. So let me hear my guy's voice right here.
Hey, this is Keith Jackson with P-Funk Radio, inviting you to check out my brother Zach Robinson with Funk from the Front Seat. Saturdays, 12 noon on the East Coast and 9 a.m. on the West Coast. It all happens on 9 on the Grind TV and also on YouTube. Great guest, great conversation each and every Saturday. That's Funk from the Front Seat with Zach Robinson on 9 on the Grind TV and YouTube. Check him out.
Hey fam, what's goody good? What's really good? My name is Jeff Roberson from the gospel group called Jeff Roberson and New Life. And I'm coming to you from the town that we had to name it twice. It's so nice. New York. And I'm bringing you some news about my brother from another mother, Brother Zach, who's bringing you his hot new show called Funk from the Front Seat. Listen, he's bringing you funk from the vault, from the past, from the present, and into the future. He's got that music that makes the hair on the back of your neck rise up. He's bringing you funk all the way down to your toes. This is that funk that makes you really want to groove. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial as he brings you funk from the front seat. Listen, let's go.
Hey, this is Jen Vanderputten, writer of Code and Prose. You are watching Funk from the Front Seat with Zach Roberson. Tune in every Saturday at noon for excellent and important conversation.
Hey, it's Chrissy Key Rollins here with Holistic Restoration, inviting you to check out Zach Robinson with Funk in the Front Seat. He drops new episodes every Saturday at noon on the East Coast time, and replays are posted for whenever you miss a live stream. You can find him on 9 on the Grind TV and also on YouTube, and get ready for the funk because he brings it every week, along with hot topics, amazing guests, and great conversations. Again, that's Zach Robinson with Funk from the Front Seat on 9 on the Grind TV and YouTube. Go check them out.
Wiggle worm here, baby. Yeah, and I'd just like to say congratulations to my man Zach. Yeah, Club Funketeer number 9, keeping that funk on the shine for his 2nd year anniversary of his show, Funk from the Front Seat. It don't get no better unless you jump in the back seat and then jump back in the front seat on the one. Yeah, keep that funk alive.
This is Joe Keys of Joe Keys and the Late Bloomer Band. Just did a show with my man Zach, number 9, That's right. Number 9's got it going on. Check out Funk from the Front Seat. Zach Robinson. Serious good vibrations, y'all. What we need. Peace.
So getting back at it, man, I want to give a shout out JTRP Funk Radio last night. Yo, it was amazing, man. Thank you for pushing flag on the Funk Chromicon variant. The interview was great. My guy Adam Moberg came on. I call him Mo the Genius, man. And, it was just an amazing event to sit and do a journey with P-Funk and talk with Keith for a while and talk about the good things and, the things we're trying to do. So I love you guys, man. Cave Gonzalez, Larry, Funkster Jones, Bootsy and Patty, of course. You guys are my heart. Brenda in Ohio, feel better. HJ Entertainment, Heidi, I love you, man. Get better soon. You in our prayers. Kane and Jams, of course, Kev, you know how we roll. Tony Cam and the Funk All-Stars, my other Funk brother. Sorry I missed the show last night, but, it's better things to come. Nappyhead Funk Army, of course, all you guys, North and South, I love you all. Oak City Music Collective, Diego, I love you, my guy. Wake up, start getting up early. Afterglow 92416. Oh, Diego, I hope you feel better, bro. I know it's so nice to meet Summer. Afterglow 92416. Donna Sneed, I love you. I'm gonna see you at the ball. Can't wait to give you a big hug. Q&A Entertainment down in Georgia. I know you rocking hard. You was down there with Messi and soccer players and the Kansas City Chiefs, so I know you're doing your thing. Brooke Clagett, my Funk Angel, I can't wait to see you at the ball because, I always hug you to death and smother you with love. Patricia Dioria, Aquarius Rising Art, Curtis Wilcox, Georgia Funk Vinci, all behind me right here and all their artwork and everything that happens. I love all you guys for that. Dr. Brookenstein, of course, you always active and keeping the funk alive, helping Nappyhead Funk Army. You're on the staff and you definitely keep our website popping and pictures and all the updates popping. DJ Coccolino and Elisabetta in Ireland and Coccolino in Italy, thank you for playing our stuff. We appreciate that. And of course, every Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m., 9 on the Grind TV presents David Webb and the Funk Chronicles, and we're running their Dayton, Ohio radio show, so y'all stay up on that. We are back on the other, and of course, all you fans, man, how can we do this thing without you guys? Of course, you guys know how we feel about you. And as soon as we get a budget, we're going to try to get some Nappyhead Funk Army shirts. So I'm going to start. First of all, I'm going to bring Linda back. Thank you, Linda. We got you covered.
I was attacked. I was having bees attack me. The
I
sun
saw.
was so blind I couldn't see what was going on. So I had to relocate real fast.
Don't worry.
So long.
Don't worry, we got you because we're the mothership over here. So we seen you relocating, and we just beam back in to get you. We're gonna show the comic book again, but I want to start with some of these comments because the guys, girls that are on the thread, they are so complimentary of each other. So they were complimenting Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis and Keith are badasses, both of them. I love them.
So did Curtis do the artwork for that?
Keith Marshall and Curtis. You can tell the difference between their artwork. You can tell Curtis is a mile away. Keith did the cover, and I think he did some of the cartooning, and so did Curtis. They kind of collaborated. We talked about doing this for a while. I was so proud of them when they showed it to me and said, "We did it."
See, and that's what we got to do, y'all. There is no division. Funk is one word, so it should be one body, one mindset. We are all funk if we come from the mothership. So we have to work together. Mm-hmm. Don't let the government bullshit seep into our funk. And this one's doing this, and this one's doing that. I know about all the gripes. I know about all the bad shit that happened on the journey. Trust me, I know. But now that we're past that, some of us can't move past that. That's fine. But those that can move past that, we've got to work together. We got to keep it alive. If we don't, it's going to die on us. So kudos to Curtis and kudos. Who's the other gentleman?
Keith Marshall.
Keith Marshall. Thank you, bro. We're going to try to get them on the show and talk more about it. So let's go down to some of these comments and then we'll get back to it. Of course, Curtis, he said, oh, yes, he's happy about that. Georgia Funk Vinci, thank you. Dr. B, 69, Tony Cam, Funk All-Stars, that's right. And talking about the thing. Now, I'm going to skip over this comment with the crack, George, because we're going to get back to that with the fentanyl. But I am going to put that on the screen because I think that's very, very important, what he said. And what he said, crack wasn't killing fast enough, so they hit us with fentanyl. Only the strong-minded and sane will survive. And he's actually right. And that's facts, straight up. So let's get back to this because I want you to talk about it more. Okay, so tell us your concept for that.
Well, basically, like I told you, I thought about Gary flying on that little thin wire up in those stands, coliseums and stuff all those months, and how my heart was in my mouth until they brought him back down every year. And I said, no one else had the courage to volunteer to do that. Took a lot of balls, really.
Yeah. Why did George want to do that?
He took me up there one time and I saw how small everybody looked, and it terrified me. I couldn't get down back to earth fast enough. And for him to do that every night, I felt he deserved to be on a superhero status.
Oh, he is a superhero.
That was my impression.
Trust me, Gary Shider is a household name. Trust me when I tell you. We didn't know the names, but we knew the characters. And we all said, well, if the guy in the diaper ain't there, it ain't going to be the same show.
And that's another thing, to go out on stage in a diaper every night, you know, with nothing else on. And, you know, that took some brass ones, too.
Yo, he let it. Gary's the epitome of the front man that I try to copy. Between Gary Shider and Prince and Boosie, I took all of them up and mixed it into me. I said, those are the three front men that I want to be. No lie, I'm serious. I try to do that little thing, that hop thing. That I imitate all of that. You know what I'm saying? You know how he that hop. He had a certain way of hopping and skipping, or you know, off the back and front. I swear to God, I did, man. I'm serious. When you see me do that on stage, I'm only attributing to my higher brother, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. So it's true. It's true, man. Why do you think George wanted somebody to fly?
I guess because he didn't have the courage to do it himself. He preferred coming out of the spaceship. You know, that was about as far as he was willing to go.
Yeah.
And when Gary volunteered, and like I said, he was like, cool, better you than me, brother, you know?
Yeah.
He didn't have the courage to do it himself.
God bless.
As much as you're right. Center of attraction, he wasn't having that one.
Yeah. That's dope. So tell us a little bit about the comic book. What is it about inside?
It's about him kind of trying to save people who are in trouble, like any superhero would do. I don't want to give it away because I want people to read it, because the artwork alone is worth the buy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Spectacular.
Okay, well that's good. Because you know, I came up.
Job.
I tried to come up with a game show, and I shopped it once about black superheroes playing music, and I got as far as the door. For real, a guy from England I met in my Uber wanted to do it, and he took it to the company over here in Raleigh that I won't name, and they told me specifically, "We love your idea, but because you don't work here, we can't do it."
Oh, isn't that something?
It was a game, and I know it's a game about black superheroes in the funk, and all the instruments that they played on stage could actually turn into weapons. And then they would go and try to shoot zombies that was you know, being all messed up. For real, I still got the game in my head. I'm trying to work with Mark's friend Jatovi on it because I told him about it. So don't be surprised if I don't call you in for that. George says, I think Garrett should wear the diaper if George lands the mothership again. So that, I guess that's something that they would have to work. My man Tony Cam, I know you tired. What are you doing up so early? I know you blasted it last night. I can't wait to see you next week at the ball. Yeah. So check it out. The Funketeers Ball at the Bethesda Theater, as David Brooks will let me know. Thank you, Brooks. Is next Saturday night. But it starts on really Thursday night. People roll in on Friday, and everybody hangs out, and we do our thing, man. So don't y'all forget Funketeers Ball, man. Please come and support that. We're hanging out today with our amazing guest, Linda Shider. And we were talking about some serious things, bouncing around a little bit. But this is what we do on the show. If you got a birthday or anniversary or any transition that happened, know that we care and know that we want to, acknowledge that. And so let's move back on. I want to get to something George posted, and when we talk about this fentanyl thing, and then we're going to move on to something else. Crack wasn't killing fast enough, so they hit us with the fentanyl. Only the strong-minded and sane will survive. You're absolutely right, George.
That's 100. Yeah.
The one question I have: how do we keep our kids from falling into that?
Me personally, I think they need other activities because I find all the youth are into the games and gaming and stuff. And like I said, if you have a crowd of kids in a room doing this, somebody always seems to come up with a dumb idea to like smoke a joint or something like that. You know, if they're doing sports or something, or, you know, maybe art, drama, something like that, that gives them something else to think about and something else to concentrate on, I think that would help a lot. Once again, that's my opinion.
Yeah. And I think what, you know, what Boots and Patty Funk Not Fight across the country, and the thing that I'm involved in is part of that too, giving people a place. Because kids need a physical place sometimes instead of the street corner, you know. And like you just said so eloquently, Linda, the activities, there are none anymore. You know, when we was kids, we all used to have something else to do. We didn't really fall into the drugs. It might have passed us by, but the old people I knew, the heroin addicts, they would beat my ass if I thought about doing that. Because they said, you got a gift of music. We ain't going to let you get into this. And they would, even the winos would shoo you away. You know, so, yeah, Linda Shider comic book signing next Saturday, 3 p.m. at the Bethesda Hotel Suite. Okay, so 3 p.m. at the Bethesda Hotel Suite. The amazing matriarch of the Shiders will be signing this book with Gary Shider on the cover, and he's beautiful. And I'm gonna make sure I get mine. You know,
oh, most definitely. You know, you got one coming.
I gotta have it. It's a must-have for my collection, yo. It's gotta have. Gotta go right over here on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere, you know. But yeah, man. You know, I miss Gary.
Hey,
I miss Gary.
A lot of people do. I hear that all the time, and
I miss Gary.
Of course, I miss him because we were together for so long. My life hasn't been the same without him. You know, I've been still doing shows and stuff like that, and still writing. But he was so much of my pushing me. You know, he was always like, "Go ahead, you got this. Go ahead." You know, he was always my cheerleader. When I would get like, I don't know, he'd say, "Hey, you got this. You don't have to worry about this. You go, or you're okay. Yeah. Go ahead and do your thing, girl." You know. Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing, and I'm sure one day, you know, when you write more books and, you know, put more out there, it'll get a little bit more in detail, you know. But
I have no problem with me sharing the stage with him either. And I know a lot of couples in this business. There's always some kind of problem, you know. Like I said, if the woman gets too much attention, the man might get a little jealous. But he was always pushing me, y'all. You're fine. I'm not concerned about this. You know, go for it.
Yeah, he didn't have that ego thing, because I know Tony and Jackie are like that. When I first met Tony and Jackie Cam, and I was like, I didn't realize they was husband and wife till they told me, and I was like, oh man, y'all got that thing going on, because you know the chemistry's right, you know, and I noticed that about certain couples that perform together, you know, if it's really that love thing, they ain't got no problem with somebody else doing what they do, you know. That's how it should be. Again, don't you guys forget, man, Funketeers Ball. You make sure y'all get there, you know, and make sure you get.
I see you, Tony.
Right. Make sure. Right. I'm surprised Tony's up. He out there funking hard. The hardest working man in show business. Tony, don't you be showing me up. You better not be doing nothing today. You better take off. You don't be doing nothing. Because I always tell him, I turn around and he's doing something else. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the hardest working man, make it. Drawing pictures of his wife, you know, Tony Montana, like Scarface. I call him. Stop working so hard. You're making us look bad. I love you, bro. You and I know you laughing right now in bed. So
yeah,
good for you.
He is pretty darn busy these days. I've been checking on him.
We joke all the time about stuff. Every time I turn around, he's doing something else. I said, bro, slow down. You're making me look horrible. You know, I can't get anything done. You good doing all this stuff. But see, Tony is my captain. I'm his co-pilot, and I ride or die with that brother to the end, man. To the end, because we laugh about so much stuff, man. Because I'm his comedian.
I see you.
Yeah, I make him laugh. So, Linda, let's jump on to this other subject real quick while we got you here.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up right now. And thank you so much for sharing the comic book, man. That's some amazing stuff. Just hang with me, y'all, because this homeless situation that I must get into about our government and what we're doing. I have to share this. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Hold on. Let me see. Make sure y'all can see it first. Okay. I'm doing partly my own production day because Mark is so busy. He's another hardworking man. A recent study by UC San Francisco, homeless and housing initiative cited unaffordable rents as the leading cause of homelessness. And I highlighted unaffordable rents as the leading cause of homelessness among Californians, with half of the study participants saying they received a 5-day or fewer warning before losing their homes.
Oh, wow.
That they rented. Okay.
Wow.
Now, the reason I pull this up is because California kind of like speaks for the rest of the country when it comes to homelessness. New York, California, Chicago.
And also for being so progressive, and for that to be an issue with them is kind of weird. Because as far as healthcare and certain things out there in California, they're like the front runners in a lot of things about helping people who are having issues, mental health and all those kind of things. They've always been like the kind of the pillar, and people always tried to follow their lead on those kind of things. It's hard to think of them being so careless with people's homes.
Georgia Funk Da Vinci said our government can fix homelessness in a week if they want to. He was in Germany and he didn't see any homeless people, and he's absolutely right. Our government could do it, But see, again, like George always says, they're trying to put us into the Hunger Games. I want everybody to let this sink in. I underlined affordable rents. Now, that's rent control, rent gouging. Why should you, if inflation keeps rising and your paycheck does not, or your disability or whatever you get does not, but you keep raising the rent for the same place? This country's getting set up just for the rich. It's already like that.
It really is.
So what do you think? If you were a politician, Linda, and you saw this and you wanted to help people, what would you say?
The first thing I would do would be to put someone in place that was also as concerned as I was, that would like the housing, the HUD, or certain areas like the Section 8 issues. For example, in Maryland, Section 8 has been closed for at least 8 years. So people who are having problems with affordable housing don't have any options, and most of them do end up on the street. I came back from a gig, I think it was in 2020, from Richmond. I had done a gig with Jerome Braley and some of the cats from his area, and it was 29 degrees outside. I'm going past a homeless shelter, and there's like 50 people sleeping on the ground because they couldn't get into the homeless shelter. And it was in their 20s. It was freezing that night. Those kind of things don't make sense. There's too much money in this country for people to have to go through those kind of things. A lot of them are veterans. We're not taking care of them. And God knows they've done their part.
Yeah. I live a block away from the Veterans Hospital up here, Mark and I. I might be moving too due to unaffordable rents, but that's a whole nother story. But you got a nice comment. Tony Camp says Jackie and himself modeled themselves after you and Gary.
I saw that. Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, that's dope.
Appreciate it. Seriously.
I'm trying to get all these comments in, man. So y'all hang tough. Kids will get into drugs if they don't have nothing else to do.
Exactly.
And they see their parents doing it. That's right. I think because our government is playing the end game with human beings, they see us now as just numbers. At least before, sometimes we got a little something from them, but now we're just numbers, and it breaks my heart. I'm gonna pull up another thing for you that I found that I think you'll find interesting. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this one up. Oh, no, not that one. My bad. Remove. Mark, I'm trying to hang tough for put. Mark, you want to join us for a minute? You want to jump in, Mark?
Yeah, I'll jump in. It's been fascinating
I
hearing
was
y'all
just
talk
going to
about
say,
it.
jump in with
Hello,
your
Mark.
opinion.
How you doing, Linda? Good to
I'm
see you,
good.
Linda.
Good to see you.
I can't see you. You got to move your screen down a little bit more. All I see is
Move
like
your
your
screen
head in the
down.
There
Can you
you
see me?
go. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can see
perfect,
me.
much better. I wanted you
No.
to jump in on how do you think our government can help or stop or get more involved in the rent gouging while I
Well,
pull
for
this
one
up?
thing, there's so many things that are unoccupied. I mean, I'm sure that Linda can relate to this. There are a number of buildings that have been built. We've got a number of buildings that have been built here in Durham. There are new apartments that are popping up, and a lot of those apartments don't have full occupancy. We have office buildings that are with people working from home. They're not actually being used and all in that space. So that could be things that can be used for those that are homeless. And there are a number of other situations like that. So I think that there are plenty of buildings around and we keep building new buildings. So we've got to find ways to actually make those buildings available to our homeless population and to all of those folks. I'd love to hear Linda's thoughts because I know she's in the, if I remember correctly, the Maryland, D.C. area and all in that space. But that being said, I'm thinking about people that are living from their cars in that area as well, because I know some people in that area and they're literally living from their cars sometimes and all along those lines. And then we've got people like even here in Durham, we've got $1 million homes, $1 million condos, because literally there are
Oh yeah.
multi-million-dollar condos that are in downtown and a block or two away is Section 8 housing. Tell me how that makes any sense. It makes no sense to me whatsoever, but I'd love to hear
You're
your thoughts
right.
around that.
That's how it is in the DMV. That's how it is here in Columbus. Since I've moved here, I was riding with a Lyft guy, and he was talking about some of these very beautiful high rises downtown Columbus. And he said most of them have less than 50% occupancy because the rent is so high. Most people can't afford to move in. So evidently, they must be getting a subsidy from the government for building these things to make them not care about any, filling them up with people. They're just probably getting like tax breaks or something for building and having that low occupancy. There's got to be some kind of reason for this, that all these new places are so expensive that the average person can't afford to move into them and then has an alternative to either sleep on the street, sleep in their car, or wait for Section 8. And like I said, in the Maryland area, Section 8 has been closed for at least 8 years, if not longer.
Well,
There is a waiting list here in Durham, North Carolina of 4 to 6 to 8 months to get into affordable housing.
Huh.
Right? No matter
In
where you
Maryland,
go.
it's like 2 years.
Yeah. It's
2
ridiculous.
years.
It's ridiculous. And the amount of anxiety that causes in people, I think is what drives people to drugs, drinking, crime, not to mention the lack and focus on the mentally ill walking the street,
Yeah.
with blankets and carts and standing in the middle of the highway. I pull up this stat, okay, from 2023. This is just from January to now. California, 171,000. New York, 74,000. Florida, 25,000. DC, 25. Texas, 24. Oregon, 17. Massachusetts, 15. Arizona, 13. Pennsylvania, 12. Georgia, 10. Thousands of people. If you add all of that up, it's over millions of people that are homeless.
Oh, those are the homeless stats.
Yes. Those are the
Okay.
homeless stats. Yes. And I'm trying to figure out where our government is looking that they don't see this. If I could find it and see it, I found it in 5 freaking minutes. Why can't they?
I don't think they care. They don't really give a damn because those people are not putting money in their pockets. This country is running on capitalism right now, extreme capitalism.
hey, Linda, not only that, but how much do they not care about the voting block? Because a lot of those people also aren't voting, so they're not really paying attention. They
Not
give it lip
important.
service.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
Well,
like I said,
in my
just before
opinion,
the election, everybody they talk about the guns, they talk about the drugs, they talked about the homeless, they talked about the air quality, all those kind of things. But it seems like once they become officially in office, whatever that office might be, all of a sudden they don't give a shit.
You know what
It's
I
all
see
about
too?
who's paying me to do something. If you're not paying me, I don't have any time for you. It's about the money and the power, having the power to decide those things like that.
You know what I see when I see commercials about dog food and I see commercials about stuff like that, and then I walk out my apartment and I got $2 and I got to give the homeless man up the street $1 just so I can keep him from freaking out on somebody. And then I see they got laws for pets, like you can't abuse an animal. I'm all for that because I don't ever want that to be part of something that I'm a part of. I don't ever want to be associated with the abuse of anything. But if you got laws in this country where you can't hit a dog, a cat, you don't want to harm an animal, but you don't care about human beings, why are we so goddamn lopsided?
Mm-hmm.
This is really pissing me off. I'm getting very cranky in my old age. I've lived 65 and a half years. I'm sick of this shit.
People that are animal lovers, they would kill for an animal, but step over a homeless person and wouldn't look twice at them. And that bothers me.
Hey, Linda and Zach, don't we see that sometimes ourselves even here in Durham? Y'all know because I've said it on the show before. I'm a big time nature lover, big time animal lover. Don't have any animals currently in my household and everything in that space, but we all know that we have seen people literally near us walk with their pets, and I'm not knocking it. The dogs and the poodles and the greyhounds look cute and wonderful, and German shepherds, but they literally do what you just said. They're walking by the homeless man that needs help. Sometimes they're even walking by the tent cities, because yes, we even have tent cities here in Durham. They're not just a California or a
Like
New York
this.
or a DC thing, but there are tent cities around where people are literally living in the woods. And I mean, I get it if you want to do that because you're a minimalist and everything, but sometimes you are doing it because you are forced to.
There are 10 cities on I-40 that I pass all the time when I'm working. And I stop one time by the exit and I kind of went and looked in there. And eventually I'm going to do a out and about in there. But I wanted to make sure it was cool first so I didn't get hurt. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you better be careful.
Oh, God, yeah. Because, you just don't know what people are doing and why they doing it.
And a lot of people are mentally ill that are out there on those streets. You don't know how they're going to respond. So you want to make sure you have somebody with you. Don't go out there solo.
I'm going to try to get some of these comments up that our audience, and you guys are active on the chat line today, man. Yo, I'm feeling you on this one. We can stop sending funds overseas to help people kill people.
That makes sense.
Makes plenty of sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of sense to me. You're absolutely right, George, because if we put that money into us, but the government is making a fortune on war.
Mm-hmm.
We always knew that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
George also says most of our mentally ill people come from people who need help and couldn't get it. That's right. Mm-hmm. Because I know this for a fact. If you're down and depressed, it'll make you appear to be mentally ill more than you are.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to eat out of a garbage can, how can you have a rational mind and people looking at you? Your self-esteem is shot.
It's gone.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's a big part of it. People forget self-esteem is so important because if you feel bad about yourself, you're not going to want to do anything but harm yourself or harm somebody else.
Or hide. Or hide.
Or hide. And Linda and Zach, the other thing that's scary, and I hate to say it, and I know sometimes Zach gets tired when I mention things that are going on at Haiti and everything, but there was actually thing that happened recently. Last couple of days ago, we actually had a fundraiser for a performer. The performer died in a tragic accident, but part of the reason they had the fundraiser is because they had to raise money in order to pay for his expenses of the service and everything. So it was a tragic car accident that he died in, and they literally had to raise money. And I've seen that happen way too often, whether it is mentally ill people or whether it is folks that are dealing with homelessness or dealing with mental pressures that cause them to want to take out their life and everything. So whether it's an accident or it's something that is an intentionally inflicted accident, I'm just ashamed to say that I'm seeing that happen too often, where you see people literally have to do like GoFundMes in order to even lay their people to rest and everything. And that is a shame that we're having those kind of situations as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. George says, I feel sorry for the people trying to cross the borders only to come here to find out that they're going to get treated worse than they were in their own country. That's right.
Or get sent back.
Yeah. Or they find out that it's not paved with gold like they thought. You know, you got to scramble. You know.
You know, I've had several friends of mine that have visited Costa Rica, Colombia, some of the Latin American countries. They have actually told me that they would are seriously considering moving to those countries because of what I think George said earlier, that they have found that they were not dealing with as much homelessness. There was actually better economy, better treatment that they were getting in those countries than they were getting in the United States. So we're supposed to be the country of the free and the country of the proud and all of that space. But there are people that are literally considering moving to countries in both Latin America and Asia because
I
they
have
find
3
the
friends that
living
just moved to
situations are better.
Portugal. 3 friends just moved to Portugal, and we were looking, just out of curiosity, I was looking at the rent and stuff for apartments down there. About $650 for a 2-bedroom apartment in a very nice building.
Wow.
Fresh food, you know, because like I said, it's right on the water, so you get fresh fish every day if you want it. If you're a fish lover, the place, I've been there as a flight attendant a few times, and I fell in love with the place. Lisbon is beautiful, and it's cheap. And they don't have a crime issue, and they don't have a drug issue. And so what are we doing wrong with all this money that we have?
Yeah.
What's our problem?
Yeah. Bob Marley said it best. Oh, what a rat race. What the rat race. In an abundance of water, a fool is thirsty. So we have an abundance, like you just said, sister, but we're thirsty because we're stupid. We act like fools in this country. We think having big wheels on your car, you know, and shit like that you really can't afford is important. And they flash it. They keep us sick with the stuff that we eat. Fast food is poison. They need customers. Stop eating that shit. People ask me, damn, you 65 going on 66. That's because I don't put poison in my body. Every now and then you want to have something great. But if you live off that shit 3 times a day, you're a customer by the time you're 45. And that's all.
Probably have a lot of health issues too. Health issues that go along with it.
That's right.
Diabetes, especially, is one of them.
Yep. That's right. See, and we're on this show. We should be running the government. We're talking about this, not for just black people, but for everybody. This is not a black issue. This is a human issue.
Human issue, yes.
It's a human issue.
Yes.
You know, I know Cheryl was supposed to beam in later too at the end of the show because I told her, you know, she could pop on because she too lost somebody to fentanyl. But I want to give a shout out to the Funketeers Ball again. The headliners, of course, Enema Squad, but everybody is a headliner there. If you're playing, you're a headliner. No matter what don't matter where you come on or come off. Just put it that way. You're a fucking headliner. My guy, Enema Squad, with Gabe and his crew coming from Detroit. Linda Shider will be there, you know, on Saturday afternoon signing her comic book, you know, Diaper Man. And also, you know, Mother Funkaholics, my brothers from another mother, you know, Jesse and his crew, they're going to be there, you know, and all of you, the normal list of characters. We all gonna be there. Funk from the front seat gonna be in the house. You know, I can't get Mark to go, but I got to.
I'm trying to get up there. I want to get up there with you and everything.
Yeah.
I did have a.
We're on number 7. Yeah.
I will get to one because y'all have too much fun. But I did have a quick question for you and for.
We got time, bro. We ain't stressing today. It's pouring rain.
For both you and Linda and all in that space, but. A lot of these drugs that are coming up, whether it's fentanyl or a number of others, are drugs that are manufactured. They come from the pharmaceutical industry and all along those lines. So I was just wondering, how much is that a problem as well? Because with a number of these drugs that are killing our kids are literally coming from companies that are major forces in the government. They're major lobbyists and all along those lines. So I just wondering your thoughts around that, Linda, because I mean, we're right here, me and Zach are in North Carolina, and GlaxoSmithKline is here, Pfizer is here, Bristol Myers is here. So a number of these companies that are the pharmaceutical companies are here. And a lot of times they are manufacturing these types of drugs and they are letting them go out into the street, and they might be selling them in a way that they are saying is helpful, but you know, even codeine and even some of the things that we let out on those streets, like Ritalin, can be very detrimental to our kids and to ourselves. But I'd love to hear your thoughts around that.
Well, Linda, you know, the lobbyists are what keeps those politicians downtown in office. They are the ones that are allowing them to make the fentanyl, distribute the fentanyl and oxycodone and everything else that's out there that's killing us. They're not regulating the food industry, because they're getting paid. And the reason they want to stay there is so they can keep that money train running. You know, that's all that DC is about these days. There's nobody down there that's really concerned about the people that they're representing. Nobody, really. Except as a token, like they'll say it, but then they'll go right back down to the Capitol and vote something stupid that's just going to counteract just what they just told 5 people in the audience last week. It's about the money and the power, and they don't give a damn about where it's coming from as long as they're getting it. And if it's killing us, that's just too bad, because hell, oh well, when it kills their kids, then they get to have a problem.
I heard somebody say this once, and I forgot who said it, but they said, if a politician wants to start a war, let's say wherever, their family should be the first one to enlist, and then we'd have no more war.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I forgot who told me that, but it was somebody, I was talking to, and I was like, man, that's a profound thought, because if you're going to send your son or daughter off first, you're going to think twice about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think I don't know how we could get the power back, because I'm not a politician. I'm an artist. But I'm going to try to do everything I can artistically to let politicians know how unhappy we are with them.
Well, one thing that George was really good at was putting stuff like that in his lyrics.
Oh, totally.
Like Paint White House Black and Chocolate City and all those kind of songs that he came up with. It was kind of like his subtle way of kicking them in the ankles.
Totally. America Eats Its Young. You know, when he was on the cover with the flashlight and a bob gun, basically looking like Huey P. Newton, he's basically telling people then, listen, I don't care how you get it from Funkadelic or Parliament, but you can get it. We got it. Everything that band did was spiritually, politically connected.
Yes, it was.
If you read deep
it was intentional. It wasn't just by a fluke. It was intentional.
That's right. And see, those of us that know the P know that, and America Eats Its Young with the Statue of Liberty biting a child in half. I mean, damn, it speaks to you right there. You know what I'm saying? So we're aware as artists, but we don't have the power that we think. Let me ask you this, though. What do you think about the Hollywood thing that's going on, Mark? And I'm going to ask Mark this first. Linda, you can jump in. Now, I just saw this last night. I didn't even know Hollywood was on strike.
They've been on strike almost a year. If not,
I didn't know, bro. I didn't know. Because I don't go to the movies. I don't give a shit about TV. So what happened? Somebody tell me.
Then the SAG after got into it. Right. So they've got the whole industry on the streets
now. They've been on strike, and part of it is around AI and around tech and a number of other things. So
and
there are definitely some concerns about the streaming rights and a number of other rights that people are feeling that they are losing and everything. I was actually in a clubhouse room about 2 days ago, and they were saying that the strike might be ending soon because they are signing some compromises between them and the big studios. But a lot of the big studios, as we know from the music industry, were already squashing a lot of folks. So a lot of people were wanting to have a greater voice in what they were doing and everything. So yeah, that strike's been going on for a while, and I've been following.
I'm so naive. I know this though. Linda, what do you think about that?
Well, like I said, SAG-AFTRA has joined the Writers Guild, and how they have Hollywood on lockdown because it's the issue with the industry itself is the streaming and trying to control the money coming out of that they really don't, because all you have to do is put up a site, start snooping some movies or some music and start selling it yourself. And they have not been able to control it. So they have cut people's personnel. They've cut their salaries, trying to make up for the money they're losing. And people are sick of it. They're not signing artists like they used to. They're not really doing much film unless they're Amazon or Netflix, who have money to spend on stuff like that. And they're kind of getting bought out by, I think, NBC Universal owns Bravo. And, they're like Sony might have bought 20th Century Fox or something. Everybody's losing so much money that the ones who have the money are gobbling up the small ones, and then they can control everything that's coming out of the industry. They have control.
I know,
once again.
That's right. And I know this. When the biggest corporation in sports, the NFL, joins partners with YouTube, and now you can only watch football on YouTube, there's some major shit going on.
But Zach, I mentioned to you earlier before we started the show, this platform that we're on is StreamYard. StreamYard was bought by Hopin. Hopin was bought by Ring Central, and who the heck knows what Ring Central will be bought by. So there's a lot of these corporate purchases that go on where the bigger boys like Linda are saying are scooping up those that they feel are going to give them some greater leverage in whatever they're trying to get leverage in and everything. So that is something that is
And
constantly
once
going
again, it
on.
gives them control, Mark. They get control of what goes out.
Right.
Once they own everything, they can control who gets what, who goes out there and gets their products sold or produced or whatever. And that's what, once again, it's like DC all over again. Control, having control of everything around you. So you call. I wanted
to put up this comment that Tony said he was messing with Mark. He
said,
Mark, you better hurry up before your nose starts to grow. Your nose. So you better get up to the ball. Thank you, Tony, because his nose is like.
Oh, stop it.
He's just trying to give me a hard time and everything.
Leave him alone, Tony. Mark is cool.
See, Mark and Tony got this sunglasses thing.
Travel as much as we do.
Yeah, Mark got this sunglass thing. Him and Tony be going back and forth. So I'm surprised Mark didn't bring out his funky glasses. You know what I'm saying? But we need a civil strike. Hold on. George DeFuncavinci said this. We need everyone's save about 1 month of money to pay bills and eat. Don't go to work for about 2 weeks and see if they listen then. You're right, George. You're right about that because I'm telling you.
Or you lose your job. You lose your gig. You're interfering with the process. And, they don't like that either.
No, they don't. They don't.
To bring that quote that you were talking about, that's part of the issue with the writer's strike because there are a number of writers, actors, and others that are afraid that they will have their likeness taken and then they won't be needed as much in the job as well. So that is one of the issues that the writers and the actors are talking about because the studios can get their likeness and start rolling it out in various forms without them having to do the roles themselves.
Exactly, and having to pay them.
So let me ask you.
That falls under artificial intelligence, I guess that would be.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys this though. Do you think that as we grow as a country and we have so many different outlets, is everybody going to be having their own individual audience? Like if I got this audience and everybody's locked into this, it's streamed, I could do my own thing. The major corporations, they split up so many things. Half the time you can't find what anything is. And when you're looking for something and you can't find it, nowadays people have an attention span of like a gerbil. So they do.
No, it's a goldfish. That's the exact quote. It's the
goldfish? That's even worse. I heard a gerbil got 10. I heard goldfish got 5.
Yes.
Leave my fish out of it. They got a 5-minute span. They want to eat every 10 fucking minutes at the top. I'm like, dude, you just ate. You know what I'm saying? You just ate. Yo, Funky, who's this?
In XM, for example, like Kevin Hart has his own station, so he can put on whoever or whatever he wants. He can make sure he's the only one on it. Sometimes, if he wants to be, I think what's his name? LL Cool J has one now. So all of a sudden,
I saw that.
To control, whatever his station shows or listen, people what you can listen to. It's a control thing, and those who have the power control everything else.
That's right. That's right. We got another special guest on this round table today. We kicking it hard. We got a dope show. Everybody's fired up. The chat line is fired up. Funk from the front seat. We doing our thing over here. Cheryl, can you hear us, sweetheart?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Great. Now, thank you for the last minute beaming. I know you've been dancing. I heard in the Outer Planes, Alpha Centaurius, third star in the galaxy, Nebula Toriaxis as a Club Funkity ambassador. So you doing your thing over there. I know you had to catch a different shuttle bus to beam down here to the third rock around the sun. So thank you for that. And you and I talked about 3 months ago. And by the way, Cheryl and Linda will be doing some co-hosting when I get ready to take time off. Y'all need to know that. So this is why I'm
Cheryl.
Because I'm gonna need some time off.
Nice to meet you.
I gotta take a break. And Linda, Cheryl is a Club Funkity ambassador. She's like her whole thing revolves.
Yeah, so you were telling me. So where is the club, Cheryl? Is it in DC?
No, I'm in South Carolina by way of Chicago, but we are global to the point where we assign different line dance instructors, steppers, ballroomers to
Oh,
be dance
cool.
ambassadors. So they're already teaching in their community. We're just trying
Okay.
to get them to push the funk, like Bootsy and James Brown and Zach.
Uh-huh.
United we stand, divided we fall. So the
I understand.
choreographers go and teach the dance so that the students can learn it and rock
Oh,
it out.
okay. Okay. I thought it was like a nightclub kind of thing. All right. I got you.
Yeah. I missed it. Yeah, when I said club, I just assume it's
Yeah,
a
of
club.
course you're thinking nightclub, you know.
Oh,
Nah, she's worldwide. She's universal. She does the thing. But Cheryl, I wanted to get in on this because you and I talked about something serious, and today we're hanging out with our beautiful people, Mr. Markley, my producer, Linda Shider, and Cheryl, of course, and all you guys out there. We were talking about the fentanyl, and you told me a personal story, and I said when we do a show about that, I wanted to get you on. So please share with us your loss when it comes to that. Cheryl?
oh, me? Okay.
Yeah.
Person with fentanyl?
Yes, because remember you was telling me somebody you knew that had
Oh,
OD'd off of it?
okay. Yes. And that person, the person that does it, it takes you back to, back in the day when you were taking aspirin and things that just helped you to get through. This particular person took it. I was hoping not to end their life, but um in the sense that it affected us because you dealing with family, military people, you know what I mean? And when you lose a military person or anybody of that nature to drugs, it just becomes you know what I'm saying, one of the things that you got to keep educating people for. When we think about that, we use dance to have things that got to do with, drug abuse or, weight loss, diabetes, whatever it is. So for me, that took us way back because being from Chicago, let's be real, you live around it, you deal with it with other people, but you never see it happen in your family. So when it touched down that close, me being a soldier, being a first sergeant in the army, you're responsible for hundreds of people. And so that right there just kind of put a stopper in my life because, being a soldier is hard.
And thank you for being a vet, and thank you for serving. I really appreciate that because that giving your service and time to your country and then coming home and still having to deal with stuff that we feel our government should be on top of. If we have to police ourselves, and Linda and Cheryl, if we have to police ourselves, do we all just now get guns? I'm not a gun person, but
I'm
I
not
thought
either.
I'm like, what do we do?
You use guns because you have to learn and train with them. Like in the military, we have to learn to train to protect ourselves and those that we're responsible for. But personally, I have to fight with my hands. I'm from Chicago. I mean, you're going to have to shoot me, but me picking up a weapon to do bodily injury to somebody to kill them off for life, I just can't even fathom it. I mean, yes, I did the military, and if I had to serve and protect myself, oh, you better believe they would have had it coming. Poo, 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 pow. Yeah. But it's not that kind of party for me.
Yeah.
I think using a platform like this to inform people of alternatives is beneficial because everybody can't. If we all carrying guns, we're just going to turn into Dodge City,
Right.
Every street, policing is kind of flaky. You don't know if they're going to show up, or if they do, they might shoot you by mistake. We have to kind of have some kind of understanding or a dialogue about things that are bothering us and get it out the way so that we don't end up shooting each other for no reason or for something stupid.
That's right. And one of the ways that we are combating that as Funketeers is doing things like our good brother Tony Cam, who's wearing that dope ass shirt, and we're doing things like the Funketeers Ball. We're doing things like the comic book. We're doing things like the Club Funketeers line dancing and ambassadors. Excuse me, my voice is going. But while we're talking about that, Tony, I want you to jump in, right, and tell us a little bit about the events that's going to be happening at the Funketeers Ball and what it's going to be about.
All right. Hey. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. I got a challenge for Mark Lee. Hold up.
Uh-oh. Leave Mark alone, Tony.
Now we can proceed.
Oh
All
well,
right, Mark
are we
Lee. The
gonna
next
go
time you
there?
come on,
Okay.
the next time Mark Lee come on camera, you better have his white shades on. Oh,
All right. I see what y'all. I see what y'all doing.
What's
I see
up?
what y'all doing.
It is called Funk from the Front Seat. So it's
Yes,
gotta
it
be funky.
is.
Gotta be funky. Okay, so yeah, we are excited, man. We are a week away from Funketeers Ball 7. And I can't wait, man. I wish it was like I'm ready to head north right now. It just keeps getting better. We keep adding cool stuff. The most recent thing we added was Linda's comic book signing is going to be the bomb. Like everybody's buzzing. I'm in all the chat rooms. They're like, Linda Shider going to be there with Dapper Man. So it's kind of, hey Linda, I tried my best to get Curtis to come. I'm still trying. I told him I will take
I
an
don't know if he
Amtrak.
moves out of. I have never seen Curtis come out of his home state.
He
For
ain't.
whatever
I
reason,
told him.
sometimes he's so hard to get in touch with. You might have to send a carrier pigeon over there to find him. You know.
I know. I had him. We were this close. It's like 2 weeks ago. He was like, "Okay, you know how he talk. You know, okay, man, I'm gonna come. Just I'm gonna work it out. Hook me up the hotel. I'm gonna get the train. Blah 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 blah." Man, then it turned into maybe not. I'm like, so there's still hope. I don't know, but that would be dope to have him actually there.
Yes, me too. Because then he can help. He could be signing with me because
I know, right? Yeah.
he had so much input in that bad boy, and I was so
Yeah.
proud of the
Well, we
results that
honor.
came up.
We all honor our artists that do all of this stuff. That's picking it up from Pedro. That's picking it up from Stozo. They're still doing it, but Curtis and George and all these other great artists and the other gentlemen you mentioned, we're honoring the funk. It's one thing, you know.
Yeah.
One thing.
No, it goes
So,
hand
Tony,
it goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand because I remember as a 13, 14, 15-year-old, I was just as much into the artwork as the music. You know, it's like you got the album and you played the music for hours and you read the album covers and you looked at the artwork and I'm still going back to this day reading some of those album covers. And it's like, how did I miss that line? You know, it's like so much. It was like, you know, so
Tony, let me ask you this. How can we get the Club Funketeers involved more with the ball? And Cheryl, how can we get the Club Funketeers involved more with the ball?
Hey, but extending that invitation and us putting it out to the Funketeers to see who could participate. Most of them know pretty much all the dances. We did Boosie's whole album. We did your song. So, you know, we got James Brown on lock. So, yeah. You know.
So Cheryl,
I'm gonna try to get people to sign up when I go there.
Yeah, Cheryl, why you not coming to the ball?
Well, I haven't been invited. Are you inviting me to the ball?
You need to come on to the ball. The ball is global. The ball belongs to everybody. There's no invitation needed.
Open. It's wide open. All you have to do is
pay. You know what I'm saying is, I think the dance Funketeers have not been introduced or invited. You know what I mean?
Understood. Okay. All right. Well, you're talking to the right one.
We're gonna fix that shit. We're gonna fix that.
We're gonna fix
that. That's what happens.
We're gonna fix that.
You know the thing. You know one of the things, and Zach and I have been talking about this a lot because we're always just brainstorming about this whole thing about how there's so many factions of things going on within the Funketeer universe that don't know about each other. We got to fix that. I think that's the thing. There's huge numbers out there, but like there's so many podcasts and chat rooms and things going on all week long, every week. But I'll be in one of them, and those people in that one never heard of the one I'm going to after I get off that one, and they never heard of the one that's the next day. They never heard of Funk from the Front Seat, and they never heard of Robin Circle of P. So it's like it's such this vast universe that where all these planets, we need to kind of find a way to connect. We got to do that some kind of way because the safety in numbers. We're big numbers, but we're just factions, you know.
And there's a lot of funkaholics out there. They just need the promotion and know where to find stuff. You know,
that's true. Funkaholics, I love it.
Well, for everybody watching, you can find it right here. This is the spot This is the cosmic gas station. We're gonna start this. So I got Chocolate City Alliance. I got Club Funkateur Ambassador Line Dancer. I got a matriarch, Gary Shider, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, and I got Mark, who knows everybody in the universe, and I got number 9. It starts here, y'all. So listen, everybody from any facet, go out and let's come together.
I'm gonna give you a challenge then, Zach, since you're the man with this spaceship.
The man with the plan.
One of your future shows needs to have a representative from every one of these. Like, it's like you're now doing a galactic meeting, and you got to fly in all of these representatives from whatever planet to represent their people, and we all got to be on this kind of chat like this together. So we can see each other, we can talk to each other, we can have a dialogue, and that's your mission now, number 9.
Maybe set up a Zoom conference and invite different factions to come in so that you can have the space for like a lot of people to show up at once.
I love that. Yep, let's work on that, Zach.
Hey, done. Say no more, Mark. This is for you. You need to pay attention. Mark needs to come funk with us and things of that nature.
And things of that nature. Yeah,
I hear y'all with that. Things of that
that's
nature.
Hilariously funny.
We don't want Mark jogging 50 people. He'll probably unplug and leave.
Mark is a good dude.
I didn't sign up for this.
I need to be a Funkateur.
He is. We put him in.
Hey, Linda, I have a question for you. So I know you're doing the book signing and everything, but you're coming to the ball as well, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, I think Dennis Braley got me a ticket.
Fantastic. Okay, I got to make sure that we all hang out together because Jackie and I love just hanging out with you, man. Last year
was the bomb.
The blast, man.
Shirley too.
If you had ever told me I'd just be on stage with Linda Shider, I'm looking this way and Michael Hampton's over here. I'm looking this way and Linda Shider's right here, and I'm just like, wait a minute, what happened? You know. But we just kind of like, we had a fondness for you when we first met you at this Crab Fest.
Oh yeah, that was in the May before the Funkateurs Ball.
Yeah, it was
warm weather. Yeah, that was fun too. I liked it. I enjoyed that.
In fact, that was the first time we really hung out with Zach. That's how we got to the Crab Fest because Zach invited us to come and perform with him.
Okay.
And so that meeting there, that space right there with Shirley and Zach and you and Dennis Chambers was there. It was crazy.
I hadn't seen Dennis in years.
Yeah, so but you've always been one of our favorite people. So when I said earlier that we model ourselves after you and Gary, that's no joke. Like
that's really sweet. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's nice.
Thank you for the inspiration.
Well, thank you for being inspired.
Maybe I can get you in the studio and we can work on something.
Sounds like a plan, dude.
I was supposed to have you and Linda and Donna all on Funk Chromicon Variant, but we couldn't work out the logistics. But don't worry, y'all will be doing vocals on my next shit. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to ask Cheryl. I wanted to ask Cheryl a quick question. Getting back to the Funkateurs and how we can spread through dance, right? You do such an amazing job, and of course, thank you for serving in the military. But because you served in the military, do you feel we are at our strongest when our government has all these wars going on?
Well, my personal opinion, we got a lot of work to do. It's just so much mistrust seen on TV, and even though the media exploits a lot, there are media stations that truly trying to get us the truth, and then sometimes you just have to look in your own backyard. So I think America got a long way to go. I mean, I don't think democracy gonna fall because we not gonna let it fall. When I say we, I'm talking about me, you, Linda, Mark. I mean, when it comes down to the root, we gonna go and be in that line and make sure we rooting. So whoever that is, we feel gonna make democracy stand and make sure we stand, we gonna be there. And that includes diversity and inclusion. If that don't stay at the forefront, they can forget it. And it's obviously being witnessed.
It was kind of interesting. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just thought about this. when Trump was president and trying to stay president, he actually thought the military was going to jump behind him and back him up and let him actually take over the government. That's how foolish his mind was at the time.
Yeah.
And he thought that, God over country, no, Trump over country was going to win, and it didn't. I think that was a big shock to him because he really thought his ego had built up to that kind of point.
Yeah.
He thought he could control the military, and they was going to help him do a coup and take this country over.
Yeah. You know what's funny? We're all in different spots of the world now, whatever, and we all got this one thing in common: this music, this artistic thing, what we do, dance and so forth. How can we get this feeling that we got right now of love and push it out even further? Because that's our mission on this show. What do we do when we leave this show today to go to our brother, our sister? And how do we embrace them and say, listen, we want you to understand we got you. We love you. How do we do that?
2 words.
Just like you said, do it. You have to do it. You can walk into a mall and just say, hey, brother, well, I'm feeling you. Shake somebody's hand. Give them a nut, something, to let them know that they matter. Because a lot of people don't feel like they do.
I do that to strangers all the time. The brother looking at me, I just put my fist up and give them the bump, and they be shocked because I'm a female. You know what I mean? But you kind of got to make it feel like we feel. When you think of Ancestry.com and how they got us grouped, we all one big family. So some of the people you bumping with may be your 3rd or 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th cousin.
Tony said that, yeah. That's right. Every time I see a veteran, I go up and I say, thank you for serving.
I do too, but I've heard that they didn't like that. Is that true?
That's not true. That couldn't be true. I love it because you're saying to us, thank you for risking your life to go and stand in front
and that does matter.
In front of the enemy. And for women, that's a big thing because, look at us standing. We could be on the front line. So you got to choose your path and stand.
I got to share this story because I was given permission to share it. I picked up a gentleman the other day, a black man. He was 71 years old. He had served in Vietnam. And he said when he came back from Vietnam, the country treated him so bad, right? He had to go and he lived in California and he didn't recognize his parents. He was in the psych unit for a while. But what he told me changed my life, right? Because I missed Vietnam by 3.5 years. So he said as an 18-year-old kid, he was in the woods in the jungle with the rain. It rained for like 6 months. He said they had no food. He said they used to eat live rats.
Oh, God.
Without even skinning them. And he gave me permission to share the story because he wanted his story told. He said they used to do that to survive. And he said when he came back to America, to this country, and they were spitting on him and calling that generation of war baby killers and this and that, he said he became such a he had a radical thought about how the government treated him, and he was over there eating live rats for this country. And I wanted to share that because I want everybody to be a little bit uncomfortable about how we treat our veterans. We have to.
Most of them, a lot of them came back with heroin addiction because of the trauma of being in that experience.
He said that. Yep. The trauma. Yep. And the reason why I bring this up is because I know Veterans Day is coming soon and everything else, but the Funketeers Ball should be a worldwide event that happens every 2 months. Because if we can bring people together for 3 days, peace, love, and harmony, we got to make it bigger. We got to make it bigger and bigger.
The network jumped on it. They could do an international one. If the network got involved, maybe, like I said, maybe somebody, whoever's doing the PR, could maybe just kind of explore that and have it have different ones going on in different cities all around the world, like they do for New Year's Eve and other events like that,
Yep.
Just a thought.
Tony has a similar thought. I don't know whether the Funketeers Ball has ever gotten involved with any of the national veterans organizations, but I could definitely see something like that where it could become more national and maybe even tied into the veterans and everything. Because there are a number of veterans that are definitely fans of funk music and fans of some of the music that is associated with
all
funk
around
as
the
well.
world. All around the world, for sure.
Sure.
Been there and seen them,
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how much love. There's a lot of love out there in the world for Funkadelics.
Absolutely. Yeah,
It
that's what I
totally is.
said. It's a matter of putting everybody in the room, you know. We don't know what we don't know. Like, I didn't know about Cheryl's dancers until right now. We're talking about it. I'm like, wait, hold up. So that's another thing, you know, for the ball and for anything else that we do. We just got a lot of work to do. It's a lot of groundwork that has to be done. This is not sexy at all, but it's got to be done where connecting the dots, connecting the people.
Boots on the ground.
Because I didn't know. I mean, you go back 5 years ago, I didn't know any of y'all. You know, I've been a Funketeer since '73. I didn't know any of y'all till 5 years ago, and that's simply because I had a band and we got into a show in the DC area, and someone said, "Oh, hey, you know, you want to come and open at Funketeer's bar?" I'm like, "What's that?" You know. So I was the same way, and now I'm just like, wow, that whole world had been there all along, and I didn't know it. You know, so it's just a lot of. It just takes more than a small committee. Like on Chocolate City Alliance, it's three of us. You know, it's me, George, and Julia. That's it. We are the committee, and it just takes 50, 60, 70 people. It's got to be looked at like an industry almost. You know, like a corporation. It can't be done by 2 or 3 people. Because we don't know. We don't know. We don't have all the ideas, and we don't
To the
know.
college crews, offer internships to the college crews, or
Mm.
volunteers. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
people that will get on the phone and get those hookups, so that once they get somebody on the phone, then you guys can close. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you want to do one in Albuquerque? Sure. What's your venue? You know, like I said, make it. You can blow it up. You need the people behind you to help you. You need
Right.
help.
Yeah. That's what Zach and I've been talking about for a long time. Is like, where in the country are these pockets for P-Funk? You know, it's like,
I mean, I told you, all around the world, Africa, Australia. We have performed in Japan, not China, Russia, of all
yeah,
places. All
yeah,
around the world, there are people who enjoy funk music all
yeah.
around the world.
It seems to me like, just like with jazz, outside of the U.S. is a way bigger market than in the U.S. where stuff originates. It's just like, you know, you go anywhere in Europe or whatever, blues, jazz, funk, all this stuff, they're treated like gods. And in the U.S., it's like, if you're not a pop star, you don't mean nothing. You know, it's kind of, it's weird.
That's why
It's just,
I was
Well,
warning about
that's
that
how
Live
America
Nation.
rolls. It's not
Yep.
surprising. That's how we roll in this country.
yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
I was
You
warning
know,
that. See, because when I met
fake
Cheryl,
singing Britney Spears can make billions of dollars being a fake singer.
Yeah.
Where somebody that's got killer chops can't get a damn record deal.
It's sure. Yeah, it's totally the bizarro world. I don't get it either.
When I met
I mean,
Cheryl
come on.
and she was line dancing, and I saw how great they were around the world, and then Bootsy and Patty, and you know the whole Funketeer ambassador, vice president thing. Then we all got together, and I was so honored that she took the time, like you said, Tony, a network of people. She took the time to get all these people from different states just to dance to my jam, and I'm grateful for that. See, now that's dedication to the funk. That woman and Linda, you, me, we all dedicated. We just got to find other people in our tribe that are equally as dedicated. And Tony, I was thinking about it while you were saying, and I'm thinking, okay, what's a good month to do this? I'm going to try to get this done for Black History Month. Get all the Funketeers. All right, that's going to be my goal. That gives me October, November, December, January, February. That gives me like 4.5 months. And I'm going to try to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen.
So we're gonna have Funkuary.
Hey, Funkuary is good for me. I'm gonna try to get Dawn on. I'm gonna try to get George. I'm gonna ask everybody to come on and just promote for 2024 a joint global effort of funk, line dancers, actors, everybody that we know in one circle, and let's say, listen, can we become the new independent party of government? You know what I'm saying? Let's do that.
I like it.
Let's put somebody in the White House. Like George said, paint the White House black. Chocolate City. You know what I'm saying?
A new independent party. I love it. I love it.
Anybody have any last words before we get out? We bounced around. It's been a great show. Linda Shider was our guest. Tony Cam jumped in. Of course, you know, one of my co-hosts is going to be Cheryl Woodhouse is with us. And, you know, y'all stay tuned because, for real, we're going to be branching out and letting other people do this for a minute while poor old Uncle Zach can take a break and get back in the studio because that's why I need the break. Nothing's wrong with me. I want y'all to know I'm not sick. I'm perfectly healthy. There is nothing wrong with me. I just need time to record more songs.
Everybody needs that. Everybody needs that.
I got to record more songs. And you guys were amazing. Funk Crown Variant. Thank you. You know, it hit hard. I'm so grateful. So I'm gonna give everybody the last word. You know, Linda, you were first, so you can give up your last word on any thoughts.
And just thank you for the promo. I hope to see everybody at the Funketeers Ball next week. And we had such an interesting conversation today. I always enjoy coming on here with you, Zach. Much love to Tony and everybody else for your contributions. It was a killer show. Enjoyed it very much. Much love.
And right there, you can see right there, you know, go get it, man. Y'all go get it. Cheryl.
Always much love to Zach and Mark for doing this thing every single Saturday, regardless of the number of listeners. I just appreciate that because that's how I am about dance. I can have one dancer show up and we gonna jam like it's 1,000 people in the room. That's how I want to thank you, Tony, for finally inviting me to the ball.
We're gonna talk.
I really do want to try to get in touch with those around the world that teach, not just line dance. So I'm dance ambassador because you got people that do salsa, you got people that do karate, and so they're in North Carolina, but we got some in the DMV and Baltimore area as well. So we want to reach out to those so they could possibly be part of the panel since they're right there with you. You know, the Washington, D.C. area. Is that where you're considering? That we go on.
Awesome stuff.
Okay.
Tony, what you got for me?
Zach, you know I'm a few words, so just hey, love everybody. Let's keep funking. Come to the ball, but I think we've got to work on the funk, the industry of funk. It's the connecting all the dots. It's hard. It's work, and it takes some money. It's just got to be done, though. That's the only way to. It's got to be an industry. It's got to be. But we'll talk more about that. You just lit a fire today with some conversation from you ladies. I was like, never thought about it this way and that way. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know, and when you know it, then you got a responsibility to act on it.
And spread it and spread the word.
That's it. So I love it. Hey, Mark. Only other thing I say, Mark Lee did not put his shades on, so I'm a little bit disappointed. But it's okay.
Well, he's not at home today. He's on location. He's on location. It
doesn't matter. He's supposed to have his shades with him at all times. Access.
You know, that's one of the people. That's one of the P-Funk priorities. You always have your shades on.
You gotta look cool.
You gotta be looking cool at all times. Nighttime, daytime. Yes.
That's right. That's right. Even though I can't see nothing through these, because I don't even know what side of the screen you on, Linda. But my other ones, these are prescription. Okay. And these were looking cool. So I know you're somewhere there, but anyway.
This is why I went like this. Because old age says I gotta see first.
So I can relate.
You guys are amazing. I love you all. We had a blast today. I'm gonna rerun the show at 6 and then, you know, probably at 12. And every time I meet with my family and my tribe, I'm telling you, man, I get tears of joy after I get off. So, of course, I'm going to thank you all like I always do later on today. But Mr. Mark Lee, our producer, he had buzzed out. So on behalf of Mark, I know he would say he feels the same way. He loves you all, man. And for our audience out there, for everybody watching, and for everybody that was on the chat line, you guys are the funk. You are our funk family. We are here for you. And if it wasn't for you, we the family, man. We it. And see, Donna Sneed told me this a while ago when I met her when we was doing Funkadrill, and we're the gatekeepers And I love you, Donna. We're the gatekeepers. We have to let people in and out because we know what's real. You know, we're not politicians. That's right. We're not trying to get anybody's money. We hustle our own products. Tony Cam got his own stuff. I got my own brand. Cheryl got her own brand. Linda got her own brand. We ain't trying to take nothing from nobody else. All we want to do is bring all the resources together, like the NBA All-Star Game. That's why the Funketeers Ball must live and live and live. We can't let it die. So if you're in the D.C. area, if I'm coming from North Carolina, Linda's coming from Ohio, you better get your ass there. You got no excuse. No excuse. No excuse. Don't make me mad. Don't make me open up that can of mad.
Don't get him.
Don't get me mad, damn it.
Take a chill.
Y'all know how I get when I'm
good,
mad.
Jack. Take a chill. Take a chill.
And Cheryl,
it's like that paneling. It's like that
That's
paneling.
right. That's right. That's right. Cheryl made a comment for y'all that don't know. We was laughing one day, and she said paneling. That shit brought back some memories. That brown paneling. That word hit me so hard, I crumbled. I literally crumbled into a heap of laughter. You know, I needed this show today. Just to say I love you guys out there, man. And we'll see you guys soon. We're going to get out of here today. I told Kevin I was going to run some Gap Band because people don't know Gardner, Archer, and Pine was a point of civil unrest back in the day. So that's where Gap comes from.
Right.
GAP. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can Google that and talk about it. But yeah, it's deep, man. It's a deep story, man. Mark, I'm going to get you back on. You ready? Say goodbye. Where's Mark?
I'm here.
Just a little circle thing, or maybe
Mark he went home to get his sunglasses.
There he goes.
Yeah, you better go get them glasses.
He's hiding.
Mark, get in here, bro. I can't leave without you. The car's getting ready to go. Come on. Close the door.
I'm here. I was actually having a deep conversation. Tony would enjoy this conversation. I was having a deep conversation about what is an icon, what is a legend. Because we've got a hip hop.
Daddy's leaving.
Can you hear me? But Tony might find this fascinating. We were having an interesting conversation on what is an icon, what is a legend.
Come on, Mark. We can't go without you, bro.
You can't hear him, Zach.
He was talking and you cut him off.
Zach, you can't hear him, Zach?
No, he ain't nowhere on my screen.
Cut him off.
Oh, he was there. He was talking.
Right, go ahead, Mark. Talk.
Yeah, can y'all hear me now? I said it was just a fascinating conversation that we were having, Tony, because we were talking to some of my people that were visiting. We got a hip hop exhibit, so they were talking about what is an icon, what is a legend, and how we oftentimes don't understand those contexts of what those are and everything in this modern day time and all along those lines. So it was a fascinating conversation we were having because we got this whole 50th anniversary of hip hop exhibit that's here at the center and everything. But it was interesting that people that created this exhibit who are out of Charlotte were talking about this whole notion of, do we even understand what those are? And actually one of my coworkers brought up an interesting quote, which is a Mark Twain quote, which is, if you want to if the world was to end today, wait 20 years and it'll be here in the South. So you might come down to the South and all in that space because we're 20 years behind sometimes.
Okay, so listen, Mark, you said 50th anniversary of hip hop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yes.
But y'all don't have an exhibit on the 50th anniversary of Cosmic Slop.
We got to do that.
I'm dropping the mic. I'm dropping the mic. That's the difference.
You didn't put him on Front Street now, Tony.
I'm dropping the mic right now.
Last year was Atomic Dogs. No, last year was.
Yo, but George was born down here.
Hey, Mark,
that's why I be freaking out.
No, and because if there's no Cosmic Slop, there's no hip hop.
That's true.
That actually rhymes too. Let's put it in the song, Zach.
This should be the song.
Done. No Cosmic Slop, no hip hop to bop. That's right. So
it's just facts.
Mark, I didn't hear what you said.
That's a good one. I like that.
My computer was phasing. What did you say?
No, I was just saying that I was having a conversation with some people that were here. They did a exhibit on hip hop that is up for a month. That's what Tony was referring to, and is up for a month or so, but they were talking about what makes a legend and what makes an icon, and whether we even understand what a legend or icon is. Because we just had the Run DMC guy that was literally murdered, and would we have done that to our past legends and everything? Is kind of the point that they were making.
Okay. Well,
I don't
Tony's right.
see much
Without
difference
no
myself between the
cosmic
two
slop.
terms. It's what you leave behind. As a legend, I think it's what you leave behind. As an icon, is what you're doing that people are listening to or checking out.
I agree. Yeah, correct.
But I don't see much difference between either of the two terms.
Yeah.
It's a question of whether people are even understanding what those are.
Well, anyway, the legend leaves his iconism behind, I guess I want to say.
Yeah. But both of the terms have the same amount of reverence to them. So
exactly.
Everybody knows what you mean. And there's certain things are just words, but people know what you mean. You know what I'm saying? You can use you can substitute different words for things all the time, but people know what you're saying and what the intent is. So
a little unorthodox.
And the content, what you said, because
Zach, the gentleman wants to say hello to you.
He's born down here. He was born in Kannapolis.
I said the gentleman that
George
does a
Clinton
lot
was
with
born down here in Kannapolis, North Carolina. So there should be some kind of memorial to Cosmic Slop. He was born down here, and most people that live here don't even know that, and it bothers me to no end. The guy that started the whole funk movement down here, and then Jersey, and then Ohio came through, and everybody else came through because it was in Ohio too. But George was born down here, And
I was from North Carolina.
I don't understand why there's no statue or nothing for him.
Even though
they have named 2 streets in Plainfield for the Parliament Funkadelic group.
That is true.
Yes, I saw that.
And look how long
I saw that. That's dope.
I don't know if you can hear me, but this brother is actually an artist curator that's out of Kannapolis area, Charlotte. So he was actually saying that he knows about George and all of that space, but definitely was.
Who is he? Tell him to come in so we know who he is.
Come on in. Come on in.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hello.
Move closer.
What up?
Move closer.
What's going on? I'm Dion.
What's your name?
Dion Galloway.
Dion Galloway.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Dion, did you know without Cosmic Slop, there's no hip hop?
I did not, but yeah. I did not.
That's your next exhibit then, brother. That's your next exhibit.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Basically, we provide opportunities for artists of color. Provide a platform.
Bravo to you.
Very good.
Bravo.
So can we get you involved? Can I get you involved in this show? You come on and talk about it one day?
Of course.
I hope
and then we can get you involved. Because I want to get you involved with Funk Not Fight with Bootsy and Patty, and we can kind of coordinate that with Cheryl as well.
Yes, I'll be glad.
That'll work. All right. Nice to meet you, man.
You as well.
Stay up on it.
Well.
Nothing but the
fun. Good. Well done.
Thank you, Mark, for hoarding another guest that you don't understand. They gotta literally push their head through like the Terminator and shit. Thank you, Mark.
Zach,
we appreciate that.
Zach, that goes back to what I'm saying. If we don't know what we don't know, we don't know it, brother. I'm just saying, man, just that little brief. So, but we can't rely on these little chance happenings.
Yeah,
there's got to be some industry or organizational kind of thing that makes these things happen. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference.
Dude, I'm gonna bust my ass to build this shit. I swear to God. Black History Month, Funka History Month, club line dances, comic book signings, bands known as Nappy Head, the Funk All Stars. I swear, I'm gonna do everything I can to get as many people as StreamYard can hold. We're gonna blow it up. I'm telling you, we might have to move to another platform because I swear
we can do Zoom. We can do Zoom. We can do Zoom. I got Zoom. We good with Zoom. I can get all on Zoom.
That way you can get a lot of people on at one time.
Yeah. Exactly. We'll do the Zoom because you know me. I don't mind talking to people and calling them and asking them shit. I'll ask anybody anything.
I know that's right.
You know me. You know I will. I'll be like, yo, okay, Dawn, we know you got the book, but I want you on the show. Sheila,
Right.
I want you on the show. You know what I'm saying? Clip, stop playing hard to get. You know, get over here, Jerome. You know what I'm saying? I will do the calls. I don't care. All they can say is no. All right,
That's it.
man. I love y'all. I got to get out of here and go to work.
Back.
Cheryl, Club
Thank y'all.
Funky Line Dancer. I'll be talking to you soon about starting a host in October. Same with you, Linda. TC, I'll see you in a week. Thanks for the love, brother. We're going to get out of here, like I said, with one of my favorite songs. So I need everybody to clap your hands around the world. Because my heart is yearning for your love. We love you out there. New York, DMV, Ohio, Brenda Boosie, Cheryl, South Carolina, by way of Chicago. Everybody around the world, clap your hands like this. South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Georgia, Texas, Minneapolis, Detroit, Jersey, Staten Island, Bayshore, Brooklyn, Queens, Delaware, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Oklahoma, Iowa, North and South Dakota, Alaska, Antarctica, California, Nevada. What's up, Spacey T? Funkadrill, Hawaii, Samoa, doing the Humpty Hump, Tokyo, Anyang Haseyo, China, Japan, Germany, Italy, Cocolino, Elizabethan, Ireland. I love you, sweetheart. I'll get you on soon. Africa, Dubai, Scotland, Egypt, Paris, France. My hometown, Bayshore, Long Island. We love y'all. Folks from the front seat, 9 on the grind TV. What a great show we had today. Amazing show. It's gonna be 2 parts. My producer, Mr. Mark Lee, was in the house. Linda Shider was in the house. Cheryl Woodhouse, Funk Ambassador was in the house. Tony Cam was in the house. You guys were in the house. Stay safe, y'all. And as always, peace, love, and harmony. Go Jet, Jets. Jet. I want y'all to take this feeling with you out today and love somebody. And don't forget, no matter what, God loves you. Stay safe. Peace out. We gone.